Alright. Hello everybody and welcome back to Arknights. It's been a while since I played this. You might notice the window looks just a little bit different, and that's because I am trying out a different emulator that a friend of mine recommended. So far I don't know how to feel about it. I feel like it doesn't run quite as smooth as BlueStacks did, but I haven't had any crashes with it so far. But I also have to wonder if the issue with BlueStacks may have been just due to the app not being updated, because my C drive was full at the time. And since then, I have upgraded my computer. This is now my second stream on a computer with a new boot drive and upgraded GPU. And this is also my first stream sitting in my parents' computer chair, because my previous computer chair broke too much and it was becoming genuinely dangerous to the other furniture in my room to try and move it around. But my parents' chair, they don't really need to move it around all that much. It's perfectly positioned just to sit in. So I decided to trade them chairs until I can get myself a proper new one. It feels interesting to be able to actually sit up at face level with my monitor instead of a little below it, because my computer chair, as extremely comfy as it was, couldn't rise. It had a busted hydraulic in it from the day I bought it, but that was never really a big deal. I sit weird anyway normally. Anyway, hello Orange-itis. You're talking about this being an anime game. Yes, I've streamed this many times before. It is my favorite gacha game, which a gacha game is like Genshin Impact or Honkai Star Rail and that stuff, where you're collecting characters. But my personal favorite is this one. It is also my favorite mobile game. It is a tactical tower defense with many different game modes, many different characters, many different art styles, just a whole lot of many going on, and I love this game. It rarely disappoints. I can count on one hand, I think, the number of times I've been disappointed. And I can show you some examples here of the characters we've got. Gonna boot up your own anime game, what you're gonna play. Let's see, so here's some characters that have gotten new voices, apparently. I wonder who they've got, though I imagine they are not English voices, because I thought this guy already had one. Hold on.
Drink this before you start working. Yeah, that medication will keep you up as long as it's in your system. I trust you'll stay focused, won't you?
Now that I think about it, maybe he didn't have voice acting before this. That's cool. That's a cool voice. Doesn't sound quite as soft as I expected, because he looks like a very youthful young man, but it's not. This is his default appearance, by the way. I've got a few different skins for him. This is just the newest skin, and it looks cool, so why not? Why does Ray... Oh yeah, because her booster thing came out. And it sounds really good. I read some of this stuff earlier because I wasn't expecting the update, and I wanted to pass the time. Attacks consume ammo to increase attack to 120%. When ammo count is empty, the next reload plus 1 ammo additionally, which is unique to this character and really handy. Can deploy a sand beast with an attack range to scout an area for 25 seconds, which I think is 5 seconds longer than normal. I could be wrong. Prioritizes attacking targets within this area and deals 20% more physical damage to them, previously 15. Sand beast has minus 10 seconds for your deployment time, which is really handy, because I think this character's skill here recharges either a little faster or a little slower than the Sand Beast redeploy time. Yours is Fantasy Star Online 2. I've never played that. I've heard that... I think I've heard that one is okay, but not as good as the first one. I could be wrong, though. Ifrit here now has a module that gives her attacks burn damage instead of it just being theoretical burn damage. Because burn damage is technically a slightly newish thing in this game, I believe. Yeah, her attacks normally don't deal burn damage. Though now I have to wonder... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Okay, so changing this... So the trait description is weird. Deals AoE arts damage in a long line, but then when we activate the module, attacks deal extremely long-ranged AoE arts damage, almost implying that the attacks go farther, but they don't. Unless they do, and this was just the most they could fit in the image, but I don't think that's the case. So yeah, weird change that I noticed earlier today. By the way, Orangitis, fun fact, in Japan, this skin is a KFC-sponsored skin. It would say KFC on the bucket. The only reason they didn't do that in the US is because it was a Japanese KFC sponsorship. So for the US version, they just made it Rhodes Kitchen, named after the land ship that this game revolves around, Rhodes Island. You can see Rhodes Island branding on her weapon here, too. Okay, so we now have Chinese and Korean voices for this character. I don't know which one is the new one, though, because I haven't done anything with Tautofons in a very long time. Let's see, how about her? She's got an English voice now.
Did you say something? No, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just thinking of something else.
Pardon me, I hope you can't hear me swallowing there. I have a glass of milk. And I know a certain friend of mine doesn't like it when I drink milk before or during a stream, but that's just what I happen to have at the time. I wasn't thinking about it tonight. We now have an English voice for Gladia.
Please leave for now. Any disruption during my work hours is not permitted. Should there be any offense, I appreciate your understanding.
I always expected Gladia would sound more like Marin does in Jedi Fallen Order and Survivor. I don't know why, but I just always imagined her having a what's a good term to describe that voice? Marin has such an interesting voice. I might watch you sometime, Orange. Maybe. Okay, I actually kind of like this character. So what are the voice options here? Wow, those almost sound like the same person. I'll take that one. A Korean voice. Can we just agree this character has a really cool scythe? That I think it's supposed to be musically themed. I can't tell if that's supposed to be a subwoofer or if that's just a joint that happens to look like a subwoofer. But it looks dope. I love it. And what have you got, Greythroat? We already have her English voice, so we're good.
At least I can get a break from the dusty air outside. If I stay here with you.
I'm thinking maybe it was either the Chinese or Korean voice that was new, but I'm sticking with the English voice because that's the language I actually understand, so... And that's all the new voices. Now... Orange. Look at all of these characters. This is, I believe, all but one of the characters currently in this game, not counting the ones released today. And the only reason I'm missing one is because it's another one that just came out recently, but it wasn't pictured on the banner, so I completely forgot she was in the game and didn't draw for her. I got the other character pictured on the banner, just not the one that I'm missing. And I don't even remember which one I'm missing, because nobody talks about her. Hey there, Faiku, glad to see you.
too much room here, but this place could use some decoration.
Resources received.
Anyway, I also mentioned in my announcement a training mode. This surprised me when I opened this game on my phone earlier today. There's an actual training mode here. Enemy targeting, allied targeting, attack speed, negative status, push and pull, enemy elemental damage, allied elemental damage, and more to come. I don't know how this goes. Let's try out enemy targeting. Because I do think the tutorial of this game is long and teaches you surprisingly little. Like, it teaches you the basics, and that's it. Pull and push tutorial is quite fun. I'm sure it is. The exercise is about to begin. Why am I the only one here? The enemy targeting introductory exercise will now commence. Huh? Do I have to get hit in this one? I'll try my best to survive then. I'm not good at doing her accent. I am coming to realize. Don't forget the new tutorial stage and main story. What? I didn't know about that. Let's turn this up, I guess.
There you are.
This mortar gunner hits pretty hard. I can block their shells. Instructor Durnar taught me that the enemies will prioritize attacking the most recently deployed operator. Which is something I sometimes forget. My shield is taking all of their attacks, isn't it? Yeah, enemies with special targeting will usually be explained, but some of them just say they have a wide AoE, and it won't tell you what the range of that AoE is. Such as these bowmen here. The enemies will attack Myrrh now. Let's... I can draw the enemy's attention and attacks. Stops attacking, defense plus 65%, and increase the likelihood of being targeted by enemy attacks. When attacked, deal 40% defense as physical damage to the target. Enemies will prioritize attacking the operators who have increased likelihood. It's weird that they word it that way. You'd think they word it as draws enemy fire. Or it draws enemy ranged fire. Ah, but this guy is still targeting Myrrh. He has a special targeting mechanic, so I can't draw his attention. Prioritizes attacking the target with the lowest defense, which is going to be the healer most of the time.
It's okay. It's curable.
Just need to block him, and I'll focus on me instead.
I am your shadow.
This is really good defense tutorial stuff right here. I like this. I already knew most of this, I just sometimes forget about the whole targeting the last one dropped thing. It's rarely all that important for me. Not never, just rarely, because so many of my units are so incredibly overpowered now. By the way, Orange, this is the only game that I have played daily for 3 years straight. Only game ever that has done that. Partly because I like it so much, and partly because the daily rewards are actually really nice in this one. So now your turn to take command, give it a try. We'll be counting on you. Okay. You can go here this time. You can go here. What's with the faces, Orange?
Anyone hungry?
Let's speed this up.
Mission accomplished.
And she does kind of the same thing that Gravel did up there, except Project Red, the one that I didn't use, is more attack-oriented than Gravel is. Project Red is one of the best 5-star characters in the game. But this game has 6-star characters. Let's see, Faiku said pull and push tutorial is fun. Ooh, that does look interesting. Let's try this out. So here's some more interesting mechanics that this game has. The push and pull introductory exercise will now begin. Stage 1, 0 weight. 0 weight, not a problem at all. Shaw here is one of my favorite characters in the game, just as far as character design goes. Because not only is she adorable, but her whole deal is that she talks really fast. Speed it up. Yeah, boop. Boop. So Shaw is a pusher. These three are pullers. That was easy. 1 weight. So now we're going to see what the effect of an enemy having a weight rank of 1 does. This is really, really handy because I didn't even know weight was a thing for a long time.
Out of the way! Out of the way! Sheesh! Why are you
So 1 weight will not get yanked all the way into the holes across 2 gaps. Enemies too heavy. A slight drag is better suited against enemies with 0 weight. Watch me do it. A moderate drag will be able to pull enemies with 1 weight into the target position.
Good, good, a little closer.
Stage 3, 2 weight. That's because the game didn't state weight before the rework enemy detail. Yeah, that's true. I guess it didn't. I didn't even know it did that now. I don't often need to look at enemy details anymore. Speed it up again. Oh, these guys and their red blade counterparts are real pains in the neck to deal with. If you ever play this game, Orange, be really careful about these dudes. They can catch you by surprise if you're not paying attention to them. Just because they're surprisingly durable and the sheer amount of damage they deal is insane. I could only nudge him a little and he got nowhere near the target position. Moderate pushes can only push enemies with 2 weight. I think maybe she means only moderate pushes can push enemies with 2 weight. I'll leave the rest to you guys. I can't click on Shaw. Speed it up again. Why does it keep turning it down?
Why are you so heavy?
Almond and I can't manage to rein him in. No worries, you got me here. Isn't your drag strength about the same as mine, though? Immediately drags up to 3 targets in a large frontal area toward this unit moderately, dealing 190% true damage and stunning them for 2.5 seconds. I have no memory of Cliffheart being able to deal true damage. What the crap? Why don't I remember that? Why does nobody talk about that? I feel like that would have been extremely handy for me to know in the early game. Then again, it only works by dragging them. Or does it? Because some units deal damage based on distance dragged, but this one doesn't say that. If she just deals true damage every time, it makes me mad that I never noticed that before. Drag strength is about the same, I just have to pull him one tile back into this hole instead of 2 tiles over. Faiku says that's polar mod. Okay. So yeah, that was not a thing until recently then. Got it. Leave it to me. Stage 4, 3 weight. Leave the big guys to us. I don't use this character much, but I really like him. He's neat. Unlike all these other characters that use, like, pushes and shoves or air guns and stuff like that, this dude just straight up has a shotgun. Oh, and there's Snow Santa up here. Little interesting that they don't let you try out Gladia in this mission, but alright.
This is as far as you go.
Okay, so I was able to get one of them by pushing him twice with significant push damage. Now Snow Sant. Wow, there's still half the enemies in this mission to go. Stage 5, push and pull comprehensive drill. So let's show them what we're made of. Select the operator most suited to deal with the situation at hand. They should have said select the operator most suited to deal with each enemy.
You have violated the fire regulation.
Enforcing. I will hear you all out afterwards.
From flexibility comes power.
Okay, that worked out pretty well. Now it's just these last two.
All parameters set. Fire! Over here, my hook never misses. I got this. Me? So heavy.
Mission accomplished.
The fire is extinguished. Ready to return to base.
So that's one of the most unique game mechanics in this game. At least in my opinion. I only wish I could take advantage of it more. There's not a lot of stages with holes in them that allow you to place units facing the
Too
hole.
much room here, but this place could use some decoration.
Resources received.
Cool. Let's give that another boost. Alright, and now that we've checked out the training mode, which is really handy, so anyone watching this that is interested in getting into this game, definitely check out training mode. That's going to teach you some really valuable stuff. Let's finally draw for Ulpianus. What's this guy got going for him? He's a crusher. I guess that makes sense. His weapon is a giant anchor. Restores 100 HP whenever taking damage. If HP is below 50%, restores 160. That's interesting. Increases max HP by 120 and attack by 30 after defeating an enemy, stacking up to 9 times. Other Abyssal Hunter operators gain 50% of this boost effect. First skill throws an anchor forward, dragging 2 enemies caught by it towards this unit moderately, dealing 270% of attack as physical damage. Okay, so he has a drag skill. What the crap? What is... So I had a hair in my mouth, and I went to pull it away from my lips, and my hand tasted like I had hand sanitizer all over it. Ugh. Where'd that come from? Oh, you know what? I wonder if it's my mouse mat. I wonder if my mouse pad causes that taste. Because that's not the first time that's happened. Anyway. Second skill, Talent 1's effect increases to double. Block +1, max HP +60%, and attack +160%. Unlimited duration. Really nice. Skill 3, max HP +80%, attack +260%. Immediately throws an anchor forward, stopping when hitting a target or reaching the max distance, dealing 160% of attack as physical damage to all nearby enemies and stunning them for 6 seconds. If the anchor stops on a tile he can deploy on, Opianus will move to that tile. Skill can be manually deactivated. When skill ends, Opianus returns to his original position. Very interesting. That sounds like it could be kind of wacky to play around with. Alright. In addition, we can also end up with Grainbuds, who I believe I already have, or Lucilla, who might be the new one that I'm missing? But I don't remember who I'm missing, and I haven't heard much about Lucilla either. The range he can throw is as far as Ifrit range? Ooh, cool. Good to know. Faiku, when... what's her name? The Babel story... No, was it the Babel story? Ascalon? I think that was her name? Yeah, Ascalon. When this character came out, who were the 5 stars that came out with her? Because it's one of those that I forgot to draw for. Aroma. I think that's the one I'm missing, is Aroma. Alright, let's try for Opianus and Lucille. Did we just get Opianus immediately? And possibly Lucille? I saw those 2 5 stars at the end there.
From Operation Reserve Team A6 reporting in. I'm sorry my teammates are always fighting each other, Doctor. But don't worry, I know what to do.
Wow, her English voice lines are so different from what's written in-game. Fun fact, Orange, and anyone else watching this who isn't familiar with this game, the world this game takes place in is what TV tropes would call a crapsack world. And it's shown in the fact that I believe this character is supposed to be like 10 at the oldest, and she requires a chainsaw to defend herself from natural wildlife and such.
Hello, I'm Hayes. I like relaxing work environments. And an employer who knows better than to bother me with too many questions.
Hello, I'm Roberta. We meet again. Once I sign here, I'll be your personal stylist.
I'll keep going through these and drink some milk until we get somebody new.
Doesn't matter, as long as I get to stay.
Captain of Reserve Op Team A6, Orchid, reporting in. Are you the doctor? I look forward to working with you.
Hey, Orange. Rarity. Just 100% rarity from My Little Pony right here. Is it canon that Korra just has suffered tons of concussions from her time with baseball?
Are you Doctor? Nice to meet you. I'm Jessica from Black Steel Worldwide. Sorry, I'm really bad at introducing myself.
We meet again.
Easy Ulpianus indeed,
This method
Faiku.
of contact that you are imposing upon me, is it Rhodes Island's standard treatment? Or perhaps it is you, trying to confirm if my sense of self has already begun to change. Ulpianus, Abyssal Hunter.
So the bit here about confirming if his sense of self has already begun to change, Ulpianus and the other Abyssal Hunters were... The Abyssal Hunters were a military of, like, undersea people that were hired to fight against sea monsters known for assimilating their enemies into their ranks. So he's basically saying, is it normal to meet together and such like this when somebody's new? Or are you trying to assess if I'm still sane? Took you 160 pulls, I got it in 10, technically less. Sorry, Faiku. Maybe it's streamer luck, I don't know.
Hello, Doctor. This equipment was my graduation project. My initial plan was to... Huh? Putting it into service? Dios mio. So this is the doctor's thesis defense that Closure talked about.
I don't know what he's talking about. Also interesting that he says Dios mio without an accent or anything. Just wasn't expecting that. Also, I haven't seen Gray the Lightning Bearer in a hot minute. It's interesting that he popped up here. But we also got Lucilla.
I'm from Ager, and my name is... Why are you staring at the bottle on my belt? Did you want a sip? Certainly, but I take no responsibility for what happens after you drink 15.
Is that a syringe in her blade? Interesting. And now we know that place is canonically pronounced Ager. I thought it was Ager. Cool. 110 pull, and I got both characters I was gunning for. Lucky me. Let's see, can I boost Ulpianus? Well, first let's do this.
You must think carefully on what you base your battle plans upon. Only when baptized in death does one exist. This ceremony is not much use for a warrior.
This ceremony, referring to the promotion ceremony that we do not see.
You must think carefully on what you base your battle plans upon.
Can I make any of these? Probably not. I need 3. Oh, I can! Shoot! Alright. Hold on a moment. Oh, there's none available. Okay. 2, 3. And speed that up. And my ability to power through this stuff, orange, is not... It's only halfway a result of me being an absolute whale and putting too much money into this game. it's also the result of years of experience and resource building that now I just have a bunch of excess. Same for this, though it looks like I'm gonna need to make a few things. How many of those did I need? 4. I mean, this is a mobile game, Orange. It does have microtransactions, but you don't need to do them. In fact, this new update brought some really generous stuff with it. I think if you start the game... well, actually, let's go look at that quick before we do more leveling. She's a supporter, okay. Because that's... yeah, I figured it was going to take those away. But yeah, before I forget... wait, not there. Okay, let's see. There's the banner. Skins. Some decor for the land ship. Ah, here we go. Additional rewards for newbie doctors. After the event begins, a mail containing the following rewards will be sent to doctors who register and create an account. I guess it's already over. Shoot, I'm sorry. Before December 3rd. So, just missed it, I guess. But you would have gotten 2 different headhunting draws, one of them being a 10 draw from old banners, as well as a free selection of one of 6 6-star units. And all of these are some very good units to have. You could have gotten a free one, man. That's weird that they announced that before this event actually started. This event started today. Wait, but then it says... oh, okay, there's an extra bit here. Never mind, you still have a chance if you decide you want to try this game out. Doctors who register after December 3rd can obtain these rewards from Get Familiar with Rhodes Island. I don't know what that is, but that means you can still get this. Available for claim within 180 days from the first login after December 3rd. Hey Faiku, out of these, I already took mine. I think I gave it to Silver Ash because he's the only one I hadn't gotten twice yet. But out of these 6 6-star units, those being Blaze, Saria, Exusier, Mountain, Silver Ash, and Thorns, which one would you recommend a brand new player get? If it were up to me, I would probably say Saria, Silver Ash, or Thorn. Probably Saria or Silver Ash as the top 2. But then again, would I? Because Silver Ash is... his burst damage is good, but that's if he can survive until the burst damage. And then after the burst damage, frickin'... goodness, that guy is surprisingly hard to keep alive. Blaze or Saig? You mean Saria? Also, hello Maru. Glad to have you here. Thorns too. Thorns is pretty good. Oh, SA is a Silver Ash. Gotcha. Fair enough, I suppose. Saria is a really good defender, but really early game stuff, you usually need some really good damage, or the defender's not going to be very worth it. Not that early game enemies deal a ton of damage, but like bosses and such are hard to take down if you don't have a good damage dealer. Anyway, so that's that information. I didn't mean to do headhunt. Let's look at Lucilla. That is Civilite Eterna, not Lucilla. Lucilla is over here. Okay, what's her deal? Debuff, Hexer, deals arts damage. That's it? No slowdown or anything? I forget what Hexers do, I guess. Applies 8% fragile effect to enemies that are not elites or leaders within range. Attack plus 20% and attacks one additional target. Enemies within attack range that are not elites or leaders have minus 30% movement speed. Excuse me. Each affected enemy defeated increases talent effect by 0.3 times, up to 2.2 times until this skill ends. Okay. And starter skill increases the attack of the next attack to 110% and attacks 4 enemies simultaneously. Ooh, that's interesting. Very cool design. What's her story here? No infection is present, no combat experience, flawed originium assimilation. Lucilla Ager, a member of the Academy of Technology's Institute of Facility Management, who manages the domes and surveys oceanic currents. After Ager established communications with the land, she entered an individual cooperative arrangement with Rhodes Island out of personal interest. She now comes for cultural exchange purposes at irregular times. She is registered as one of Rhodes Island's collaborating operators under the codename Lucilla, which is literally just her name. We're getting a lot of operators lately that are literally just their name. Well, I don't know, she seems kind of dull in my opinion, but maybe I've been super wrong before. I guess let's just do this, but then we'll leave it at that, because I might use items to boost her up, depending on how good she is. Back to Ulpianus. Where'd he go? There he is. I forgot to put this on. And we need to crank these up. And promotion, I need 4 of these crystals. So I need 2 more of this. I think 5 more of this. And we should be good. Boop. Oh, wait a minute. I need to put a person here first. Boop. Let's put Ray in. And level up Ulpianus again.
If there truly is a creator of all things, then it should be the one to suffer the plagues that torment us.
Should it be, though? Because as the saying goes, you can't have happiness without suffering. Though I would agree, the dangers of this world they're in are quite crazy. And let's turn on the most interesting skill this guy has. No skins yet, of course. Alright. I think that's about everything as far as non-gameplay content goes,
I don't need too much room.
at least
here.
regarding the new stuff.
This place could use some decoration.
If I want to help improve Rhodes Island's plant diversity, where do I apply?
Oh, fun fact, Orange. Are you familiar with Rainbow Six Siege?
Hey, Doctor!
You're not? Ah. I swear, nobody ever is, which is really strange because that game was so crazy popular. But yeah, I was wondering because this game recently had a crossover with them, and here is one of the characters. I waited so long for the Rainbow Six crossover, man. You have no idea. I'm still proud of myself for getting these characters. I'm not a huge Rainbow Six person, but I do have a respect for it. It's one of those games that's like, if I wasn't so into other games, I would have been really into Rainbow Six during the height of its popularity. One of these days I need to get around to playing it on stream just to familiarize my Arknights followers with it. Marusa, I'm waiting for the Arknights collab for Limbus. I don't remember who or what that is. I'm waiting for the collab with Delicious in Dungeon. Because I started watching that show, and I really like that show. Only available for Limbus? What do you mean? Oh yeah, Limbus was like another game that is getting Arknights content in Limbus instead of the other way around, right? Oh, before we move on, there's something else we should probably do. Here's a siege HUD that you can turn on, by the way. But I'm going to go with Silver Frost. And then... let's see. This song is one of the prettiest songs in the whole gosh dang game, by the way. But because it's Ulpianus and not a more hopeful character that we're dealing with right now, let's pull out Mystic Sea. And then change assistant, time obtained, Ulpianus. Regular outfit because otherwise he's just covering the entire screen.
If these long-winded documents turned out to be a waste of our time, you would be the one to suffer the consequences.
So much blue. Ulpion event boss theme is really good. Good to know. With that said, let's hop into the event. Ah, Underflow. So this event is one of many, many events that comes with a free character that's earnable through playing the event, and Underflow is that character for this one. This menu music is sick already, I love it. So I think this is the first we see in the entire history of this game of what an Aegir city looks like. A city under the sea. Looks a lot more normal than I was expecting, to be perfectly honest. I would not expect people living in a city that looks kind of like it's full of Olympic arenas, to dress like they came out of the Victorian era. Bloodborne, that's the name of the game I was looking for. I would not expect characters who live in a city this fancy to dress like they live in Bloodborne. BP 4 instead of 5 to get this character. Where knowledge resides, puzzles hide. Within these walls lie conundrums woven from the myths of ancient sages and the fresh queries of your companions. The next time you pass by this Sophon Theatrum, why not pause for a moment of contemplation? Your inadvertent ingenuity may unlock the answers to these timeless mysteries. Interesting. There's so many songs in this game that I'm mad aren't menu music. I think this is going to be one of them, the menu music here. And there's also the menu music for Dagon's event. With its accordion and everything. I wanted that for menu music. Alright. Well, due to time constraints and many other reasons... Heck, I need to be going to bed in like 15 minutes, unfortunately. I wanted to start this earlier, but I didn't get around to it. We do not have time to watch these cutscenes. Because these Orange, for your information, and anyone else new to this, the cutscenes in this game can get absurdly long at times. Probably take a half hour or more just to get through one. So I don't usually look at cutscenes for more than a few minutes when I'm on stream. I'm not getting off yet, Orange. Hold on. I'm going to do a level or two at least. But I was just explaining why I'm not going to look at cutscenes. And before I forget, you might notice a roguelike tag in the tags for this video. For anyone who saw that and doesn't know what it's about, it's for this game mode in particular. These are both roguelike game modes. Or at least this one is. I don't think this one really counts, but this one is a roguelike game mode, and I have a lot of fun with it. I love it. Anyway, back to Path of Life. People dreamed wild dreams about the cities beneath the waves before they saw one with their own eyes. Miliarium, an Aegirian city, takes the initiative in contacting land, inviting envoys from Iberia to the sea. In order to resolve the seaborne issue, Aegir plans to open a waterway to connect the ocean and dry land. At the same time, Opianus appears in a nearby stretch of sea. Cool! I wish so badly that I had the time to watch these cutscenes. I used to when I worked at a different location, but I'm not allowed to do that at my current one. Okay, little baby map. Easy heckin' peasy. When they saw it for themselves, they understood that it was just another homeland to somebody, no matter how different it may seem. Well, this team is not going to be adequate. I don't even remember why I have this team set up. As always with these missions, I'm going to start with low-level units. Or at least units that I don't use very much. Let's go with those two. Let's bring Opianus, because he's the new guy. Same for Lucilla, I guess. A healer to bring I need to level up Harold and Paprika. Can I level them up right now? Why not?
Awesome! I finally got promoted! You said you'd let me lead my own squad after my promotion. You're a doctor of your word, aren't you?
Okay. Cool, her range is much better now. And... where the heck did Hector go? Oh, he's with the team. Got it.
Could it be? Is this in recognition of my surgeon's abilities? Ah, this means far more to me than a higher title ever could.
Why is that? Okay, so that's that. What can we do with casters? I haven't used Ebenholz before. I didn't even realize I haven't leveled him up yet. What the heck? What's wrong with me?
Promotion? Allow me to decline. Mine, not for lack of necessity, but of knowledge of who is being recognized. Is it myself, or the Witch King's remnants lodging within me?
So yeah, let's add him. Who else should I go for? So many promotions happening today.
晋升？不是很明白。
Oh. Oh well. I don't use this character, like, ever, if you couldn't tell, so no biggie. We probably won't be dealing with flying enemies. But I suppose just in case, let's bring Platinum. For guards, let's say baseline and heavy rain. And for this class, yeah, let's do, well, actually, let's do Swire.
I'll follow your baton for the time being.
Put a lot of thought into the easiest gosh dang level of this entire run. What is wrong with me? Ooh, cool background. Cool people. It's a promising volcano, not a phrase I ever thought I'd hear. The Iberian mission and the Abyssal Hunters arrive at the underwater city of Miliarium. Jordi and Irene find themselves in a strange environment and civilization. I know who Irene is. Who is Jordy again?
Embark.
Somehow I forgot Irene might even be involved in this too. That's pretty neat. Oh, we have some new Seaborn type enemies. And that thing's pretty crazy looking.
It's my duty to stand here. Charge!
Speed it up a bit. You can go here.
My fingers first.
Oh wait, but she has a block of 1, so I do need to put down Heavy Rain pretty soon.
You've never ever noticed the hideous grins
There
of
we go.
conspirators.
Ah, we do have airborne enemies.
I'll make him
Halt! Freeze there!
所占领之地，即为神灵眷土。
I'll run you through!
什么事？压碎他们。
Your orders. Could you ever imagine friends turning against
Why didn't it select? I thought I selected the obelisk thing. Oh well.
I'll run you through.
Okay. I can take you two out now. Now the question is, does his move go through terrain?
Some useful information.
first.
I'm gonna need to do this.
I will handle it. Your wound.
It does go through terrain.
I will handle it. They will cough up some useful
Cool.
information.
The performance
And Ebon
will
holes
begin
can go
soon,
here.
But it seems our audience can't contain themselves.
Am I the only camera?
Wait, who just died?
The melodious
Ebon holes died already? Are you kidding me? The heck, dude? Jordy is Lumen. Yes, that's right. Also, some funny thing with Ulpian S3. What do you mean, some funny thing?
Who takes joy in the
Okay, so that doesn't affect airborne enemies as I expected.
They will cough up some useful information.
So I just picked a bad spot to put, I'll be honest. When he moves her back to his original position, it counts as deploy. Wait, does it take deployment points? Cool background, man. Scotty and Spectre take the Doctor around the city. Consul Clementia meets with Gladia in private. Irene encounters the Sea Patrol and assists with the investigation of a missing data scientist. If you're playing him in IS, the Gain SP collectible will work. Interesting. Transformers one-shot you gotta attend? I assume you mean tabletop gaming? That's pretty cool. But I was gonna do like one more level and then call it a night myself anyway. Have a good night, Orange. Glad to have you here. Hope you come back probably tomorrow, actually. I might continue this tomorrow, so. We'll see.
Don't get cocky. This is barely a pass mark by LGD standards. But if you manage to keep this up, I guess I could still commend you.
Ooh, tutorial mission. Well, shoot. If I do this now, might not remember it for tomorrow. So I guess I'll actually just call this one here. Gosh, though, why did so many of these super cool stories have to start coming out right after I move to a location where I can't read them?
No need to turn your head. I will
Such a
keep my
bummer,
report
man.
brief.
A new security system.
Maybe I'll have to see if there's an archive somewhere on the internet that I can read them all from on like a scrolling page so that I don't have to go to YouTube to watch them or something.
No need to turn your head. I will keep my report brief.
Anyway, suppose I should get closing out. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. You may find my YouTube and Discord in my Twitch profile if you are interested in other content or communication. Or, if you're watching this on YouTube, you may find my Twitch at TheWinterPrince52. I will attempt to continue this stream tomorrow. And I will attempt to continue Paper Mario on Sunday. I also will attempt to continue Palworld with a friend of mine on Saturday, depending on his plans. And I think that's everything for now. Maru says, I think it's Ace Ship? I'll have to look that up. You'll find it and give me a link or something, Maru. And Faiku, you are absolutely welcome. Thanks again, everyone. I love you guys, and have a wonderful rest of your night.